Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 3, Episode 2, where we watch Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Season 1, Episode 1. I'm Chris Lorenz.
Robert Kitts.
Max, the situation, Sorrentino.
Noah Singer.
And we have some special guests.
Brian Houston.
And
Emmy Kids. Courtney Singh.
Courtney is our resident Jersey Shore expert for the pod.
Like, I thought I liked this show. She fucking has 3 hats made by Snooki. It's unbelievable.
hats.
It's impressive.
Do you
It's
wear
so
them all at
good.
the same time?
No, I have a hat and a sweatshirt.
Okay.
And I haven't worn them at the same time yet. Well, I have around the house.
This
but
is the
not out in
week.
public.
This is the time. This is your time to shine.
Are you
It'll
going to
happen.
get the new shirt?
I need to get the new shirt. Yeah.
The Jersey Shore reunion shirt?
I don't know where they're gonna sell it.
Etsy?
I'll have to look.
You have to go to the Jersey Shore, I think. You got to go to the
I have
shop.
to physically go to the shore
Yeah,
store.
You got to go to the shore store.
Tonight's show is sponsored by Etsy.
Nicole's Craft Room.
Is there a name for like someone who's a Jersey Shore expert? Like, are you a shoreologist, or
Uh,
like, what's the appropriate terminology?
That's a great question.
I feel like there's got to be some sort of Guido in there, too.
Well, I'm a Guidette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as a defining. Okay.
Just yeah.
Courtney Singh, pretty common Guidet name.
Yeah. You know.
Guidologist, perhaps?
What are your Guidet
Credentials.
credentials? Thank you.
Well, gym, tan, and laundry are the number one rules for being a Guido or Guidette.
Most people in Seattle exude the tan part of gym, tan, laundry.
It's a struggle in Seattle for sure.
All right, Rob. You got the description ready for us?
I got the description.
All right. Let's get it.
It's not one of these crazy long descriptions.
All right.
So, the cast of Jersey Shore swore they would always do a vacation together. 5 years, 5 kids, 3 marriages, and who knows how many GTL sessions later, Snooki, JWoww, The Situation, Pauly D, Vinny, Angelina, Dina, and Ronnie are back together and on vacation in a swanky house in Miami Beach. That's Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Max, what is this show?
Jersey Shore is back, and it's so good. Oh, my God.
Agreed.
It's so much fun.
Man.
They haven't lost it. Well, okay,
Max
maybe
is
the
so in.
situation has lost it, but
I think overall the show was good. It was too long.
It was
2
too long.
hours is too long.
it was too long, and yet I wasn't super bored. Maybe like the last segment was a little boring, but they kept it up.
We watched a lot of reality TV. Whoever's making the Jersey Shore really knows how to make good TV.
Absolutely. It
There's a lot of money they threw at this show.
is 100%. All the people in the cast have like good chemistry, or if not good chemistry, like really good we want to fight each other chemistry. It's great. I love it. Challenge is over soon. I'm watching this now. Fuck me.
Next time on Who Put This On, your Jersey Shore update.
Yeah.
I like
Do,
that.
do,
idea.
do we need to go around and get everyone's Jersey Shore histories?
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah,
good. Rob, why don't we start with Rob since
So this is nice and quick. This was the first time I've ever watched an episode of Jersey Shore.
Of any Jersey Shore?
Any Jersey Shore.
Oh
so
my gosh.
everyone else kind of said what they thought about the show. What did you think about the show?
So I'm on the record. I'm not a huge fan of these MTV put people in a house and just like wait for stuff to happen shows. And this was shockingly entertaining. I was actually pretty in on this. I haven't quite figured out why, but yeah, like Max said, like was real long, but it was like, it was this kind of fun.
They
I'm
were
liking
always
it.
doing ridiculous, stupid things.
Yeah,
And it
they're
doesn't even need to be
amazing.
that insane. They could just go to a club, but like they will surprise you. It's not just like, oh, we're at the club. I'm gonna kiss the lady. That's my impression of
that
other
was a good
MTV shows.
impression.
I felt a flashback to Winter Break as you were saying that.
Yeah.
All right, so I watched the first 3 seasons of the Jersey Shore I've mentioned it before, and I stopped watching when they went to Italy because the situation just got to just a level that
He was a
like-
situation.
he was a fucking asshole, and I just
He was pretty bad.
I had to stop watching. So, Brian,
I've never watched the Jersey Shore as well.
So yeah, let's go around and say like,
Yeah.
what's your history and what did you think of it?
Yeah, I've never watched an episode. I love this.
That's
Man,
so good.
Yes.
I love. This is pretty
It's an
impressive
all-around win.
because I don't think they really introduced the people all that well.
Not
Yeah,
at all.
they didn't even
And that's
really-
kind of what's. I'm biased, but
I mean, I do think that they had great chemistry, but I think part of that was like, I thought knowing some of their history at least.
To be fair, it did help that every 5 minutes Courtney just goes, "Oh yes," or
I was very excited.
or "Oh good, I'm glad that's happening."
oh, she's eating pickles again.
I think the one thing that they really did well is like Snooki's got fucking huge ass fucking lips.
Yeah.
And multiple people threw her under the bus for having these
But she
huge
doesn't
ass
care,
lips.
and that's what's
No, I
makes
know.
Snooki is she'll just do
I know.
whatever
I
she
mean, that just
wants.
seems like the group more cohesive. I think that they're like they can take it and dish it, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of fun.
So, Emmy, have you watched this before?
This would be probably about my 4th episode of Jersey Shore,
Okay,
but I found it to be very watchable.
good.
I could definitely watch it again. I feel like I know enough about the characters that I could watch it.
Nice. Maxature Woodhouse.
I watched at least 2 seasons. When was Dina introduced? Season 2?
3.
3? I watched part of that season at least. I enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the new season. They still got it.
It's a very different. Though.
It's very different, and yet there's like flashes of the old seasons in there. It's different. It's cool. It's interesting. I like it.
Courtney, how many spin-offs and regular shows have you watched?
Are you sure you want to know?
Yes.
I've seen all of the episodes at least twice, and I've seen all of the Snooki and JWoww show. I've seen all of their YouTube videos.
They made
Nice.
YouTube videos. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Snooki and
new.
JWoww have their own YouTube channels, and I follow them all on Snapchat and Instagram, so I know
This is the juice I need to hear.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of
This is
stuff.
the good juice.
Like that Coke juice.
That Coke juice.
Coke juice.
So you did not watch the Pauly D and Vinny spin-off shows?
I saw Polly on. It was one where they were trying to. He ended up dating the girl for a while, but I was kind of mad about it. So.
So you
Have you
stopped
ever
watching.
seen DJ Pauly D performing live?
No, I saw Vinny in real life.
Okay,
Yeah.
pretty good.
I may
how'd you
have
see
seen
him?
DJ Pauly D performing live
What?
Oh.
with our friend Hansel.
Oh,
my
that's so
God.
good.
Where?
Vegas.
Gotta be
I
Vegas.
Does he have
wanted
a
to
regular
go.
show in Vegas?
I don't know. I went to the bachelor party. Hansel's the best man. And then one night he's like, "Yeah, we're going to this club. We're going to see DJ Pauly D." And it's like, okay.
Do you remember seeing DJ Pauly D?
It's pretty fuzzy at that point, but I was definitely there.
Man.
There's photo proof.
Oh, I saw Sammy too.
So how'd you see Vinny
Wow.
and Sammy?
I saw them at a nightclub in New York. And then I
Ah.
went to school in the same town Snooki grew up in. And one of Snooki's best friends was on my field hockey team in college.
Wow.
Pretty good.
So did you go to the club knowing they were going to be there?
Yeah, they were like the guests. for
Okay.
the-
Hmm.
So you didn't just like roll up and these, oh my
I know,
God,
I'd
you would have
probably-
been
I'd
freaking
probably
out.
die, yeah.
Yeah.
My
That-
ultimate
that's
goal
the only
is
reason
to meet
why I
Polly
asked.
and Snooki, though.
At the same time?
No. Well, it could be. I'd be open to anything. I just want to meet them.
You hear that, Pauly? She's open to anything.
Don't worry, Zach. I love you still.
No, I feel like you haven't given us your Jersey Shore history here.
So I don't remember exactly which seasons I have watched,
Okay.
but all the characters are familiar. I've definitely watched multiple seasons and multiple episodes in each season. But like when you're saying, oh, there's like 3 or 4 seasons, I'm like, oh,
There's 7 seasons, I
No,
think.
this
God.
is season
Six
6 right now, I think.
No, this is season 1 of a different show.
Okay.
yeah, like, I don't recall the multiple. I remember they're in Italy. I remember they're in the Jersey Shore. I remember the fist pump.
yeah,
GTL.
they're in Jersey Shore the first season. Then they went to Miami. Then they went back to the Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay.
Then they went to Italy. Then I don't know where the hell they went because I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
So
Like,
season 2 was Miami, then season
Yeah.
3 was in Jersey.
Yeah.
mm,
Oh, interesting.
Like I just, it's so
I think
amazing.
Courtney should
how
be the
much
one
impact-
answering these
I
questions.
don't
Yeah.
know the specifics.
But how
I
much
just
impact
know
they've
it
had
happens.
on the culture. Like the fist bump, like that was like controversial, and everyone's like, "Oh man, you're doing that from like Jersey Shore."
Dude, everyone does it now.
Right. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of brought it in.
I think it was a thing though.
But it was a thing in that like small culture.
Yeah, I mean the club culture in Guido, New York.
That's a relatively small culture. Now it's super mainstream, right? Like
Is it? I don't think I've ever seen anyone fist bump.
I've
Like
definitely
they-
fist bumped in
like-
front of you in my life.
Not like you haven't gotten on the
Yeah.
floor and started and then worked all the way up.
Oh, we have to talk about Vinny's dance move at some point.
Oh yeah.
oh man, the door.
That
we'll
was-
get to the
that
minutia.
wasn't good.
minutia.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, I have an Internet Corner update.
Oh.
This is season 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were
Okay.
6 OG seasons.
I might
and
go
the-
back and watch some.
They're all on Hulu, buddy.
Shit.
Then they did the reunion road trip.
That I heard nothing about.
Yeah,
recently.
no, I don't recall that.
Is
it's
that on
recent,
somebody's YouTube channel?
No, it was on E. It was this summer. It was pretty short. It was one episode, and I think it was like 2 hours or so.
Oh,
Okay.
crazy.
Not even 2 hours.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, this is MTV's crown jewel as far as I'm concerned. It's so good.
yeah, it's. I mean, there isn't a bigger show, is there?
Real World is
maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think Jersey Shore is bigger.
We unfortunately don't have Harrison here to ask. Jersey Shore versus The Challenge. What is MTV's true great
Challenge
show?
is definitely not out of that question.
I know a lot more people.
It's not-
that
I think it's
know
more of a.
Jersey
If you
Shore.
go worldwide, probably Jersey Shore.
Well, I feel like Beavis and Butthead, TRL.
I don't think
Jersey Shore.
TRL like
I didn't know TRL existed until they rebooted it.
Oh, crazy.
I'm also
that's
a
also
youngin.
that is also crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch MTV as a kid.
Neither did I.
Me neither.
I think the only MTV show I watched until I started being on this fucking podcast was Jersey Shore.
You didn't watch Jackass?
Jackass
I
is pretty
watched
pivotal.
the Jackass movies.
Anyway, so back to the show here. So
Yeah.
they spend like 45 minutes introing the characters and what they've been up to.
Took a little long.
And then they spend like the rest of the show is just them going to clubs and drinking. Like that's it.
But
That's
what
like
they
all
do.
of the show.
I think
There's not a lot of overview that needs to be happening.
the best part was the minutiae when they came home and were super drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
now we can get into the minutia.
Thank you, Chris.
So like we should go over what people were up to. Like Vinny, I guess, was just kind of the most normal person in the regular house.
Vinny is a total mama's boy, and he's great.
100%.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
He is still a mama's boy apparently, and
lives
he
around the
like
corner now, though.
that's true. He doesn't live with his mother.
Yeah.
Right.
So how different does Vinny look now? Because it seemed like he's gotten thinner.
He's gotten thinner, but I don't think he looks that different.
He doesn't look
He,
that different.
yeah, he doesn't look that different.
He's just
Okay.
super in shape.
When somebody said he lost his baby weight, like that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
He was kind of a fit baby.
Oh gosh.
all right, and Pauly D looks exactly the same.
He is
Still
the same.
DJing. He's freaking rich. They showed like
Yeah.
he's got the the car with the doors that go like
He's
you
the
know
wealthy
this,
man.
Lamborghini.
the Lambo doors with Pauly D as his license plate.
Probably not in the 3 Comma Club though.
No, he's
No
not,
way.
not in the Trace comma. He does have a kid, but I guess he had a kid in the Jersey Shore show timeline at some point.
Yeah, and the baby mama didn't tell him about the baby until after she was born, and then he was fighting for full custody, and he didn't win.
Okay.
And I think she's turning 5 this year.
They mentioned 5 in the show.
Okay, yeah.
So when did the show originally air? Like 2000 and...
Did you have a pull up?
I'm bringing it
My
back
guess
up.
is
All right. We'll get back to that.
02.
It aired December 3rd,
I
2009.
was gonna guess.
Okay.
The original?
Mm-hmm.
It was 2009. summer 2010, winter 2011, fall 2011, winter 2012, fall 2012.
Okay.
Wow.
They
So
were
they
pumping them out.
Yeah.
I've never been so wrong.
And so that was Jersey, Miami, Jersey, Italy, Jersey, Jersey.
okay. So
And
they
the
didn't-
last season, Snooki was pregnant and living in
Oh.
a separate house nearby.
I thought that was
That's
Jay.
weird.
Oh, that was Snooki.
And then they had the spin-off show.
All right, so Snooki, lots of plastic surgery. She's
Oh,
got
yeah.
2 kids. She's letting it loose at the club. She's getting real drunk.
She's
Moms
loving
go
it.
wild.
It's great.
She is most out of control in this episode, by far.
That's how Snooki is.
JWoww looks pretty similar.
Mhm.
Has 2 kids. Married. I guess Snooki's also married too.
Yeah.
I guess important to know.
Yeah.
Not really important. Who cares? Who Dina is back.
She just got married.
For she was the new person in season 3. She's married, no kids. She doesn't look all that different either.
Yeah,
No.
she's pretty normal.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie is roided back. He's back.
It's
He's
unbelievable.
crazy.
Not with Sammy anymore. I don't know if I could.
Sam's
I can't handle the. I can't handle those 2 on the show. Sammy and Ronnie. Like
It's a lot of drama.
I just
Always.
just like
Season after
constant.
season.
I'm so glad that they broke up. Like they're just like you're not good for each other.
Yeah. It is weird to think that Ron now has a kid.
Not with Sammy.
Not with Sammy.
And I could totally see why Sammy didn't want to come back on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
What do you mean? Sammy is on the show.
Should we talk about that?
Let's talk about that.
it's a pretty big point to talk about, I think.
So, a bunch of the people move into the house, and then DJ Pauly D says, "Oh, I have a surprise for you guys." He goes out to his car. He grabs a literal body bag. He
We were like,
drags it.
what the hell is in this bag for a long time? We're like, what could that possibly be?
Courtney's like, "It looks like a dead body." So he drags it in, and Snooki's like, "It looks like a dead body." And he unzips it, and it's like a real doll that
They all
doesn't
start
really
screaming.
resemble Sam, but they say, "Hey, it's Sam. Sam's here," and they're hanging out with it.
Well,
It's
they have
doing
like
weird.
a voice box
Oh, yeah.
with Sammy quotes in it.
It's so good.
Voice
Like-
box was a great touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what really did it for me, I think.
And then the doll's shirt said,
Oh,
I'm in a good place.
which is her reason for not being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
They also, since we're talking about it, Snooki wanted to move the doll at some point, and her trying to move it from the couch
That was
is
pretty
a
funny.
highlight of this episode.
Apparently, real dolls are super like heavy.
And she just like doesn't get anyone to help her. She's just like,
Battles it. She
She,
said
like-
for an hour.
yeah, she takes off the like wig and like throws the head around because she's just like trying to move it, and it's too heavy.
At
It
some point, she
loses
pops
its-
an eye out.
Yeah, it loses its eye multiple times
Yeah,
in this episode. It's
kind
great.
of weird.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing somebody. We're missing Mike the Situation,
Oh, yeah, he comes
which
in
is at
here.
least half of this episode.
We got to talk about all the situations going with Mike.
Do we?
Yeah.
I mean, so
He's going to jail.
the first half of the episode, they were like, "Oh, we don't know if he's going to plead not guilty or guilty to
Meanwhile, we all know he's
Tax
guilty.
evasion.
tax evasion."
Our guidologist was already all over this. So
Yeah, I got the scoop, guys. Don't worry.
What
which
about
we fi-
shorticulturalists?
So halfway through the episode, we find out he pleads guilty, and the judge lets him go to Miami or whatever. Which is he has to ask the judge because I'm sure he's on like some sort of probation. Or he's out for bail. So I don't think you can leave the state without the permission.
Yeah,
or
he said he
whatever.
wasn't allowed to leave the country.
But they're
But
not
he-
in a different country.
That's why I didn't get why he had to go. to
I mean,
court.
he had a court date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the
Seems
court
like-
date.
Seems like he got there like 2 days later.
I don't know how long. They never really get into days and nights here. It's just,
No.
and then, so that's like his big deal. He looks chubbier. He's not really the situation anymore.
They made
Which
that
when
very
he-
clear.
They-
When he
yeah,
called
said
this-
it's under construction.
Yeah, which means he's not the situation.
Which is understandable if you're going to jail.
Yeah.
I feel like that was probably him getting sober.
Yeah. He
Well,
seems
I-
like he had to go through some difficult times.
Yeah, so he has a
Recruit
girlfriend, and he is now sober. He doesn't drug anymore. He is also doesn't lie or steal
Or cheat.
or cheat. Apparently,
My favorite though is just him just saying, "I don't drug."
yeah, and apparently he's in AA because he thanked God at some point. And that's about it.
They all said he's a lot nicer person now, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ronnie
We're
had some
proud of
nice
him.
things to say.
Does he seem like a nicer person?
He definitely seems different. I mean, in previous seasons, he would start a battle with everyone, and he slammed his head into a wall one season. So that's when everyone knew something was
in
up.
Italy.
Yeah.
They showed that. I saw the flashback.
Yeah. You should watch.
That was the reason I stopped watching the show, because the situation was clearly hamming it up and getting everyone into fights to get everyone into fights, and I was just like, I'm out. Like,
He was just all about himself and getting into fights with everyone in every possible situation.
I thought it was personally. I thought he was trying to do this to get ratings for the show,
Yeah, it was all him.
and like, yeah, I get it. I didn't know it was just him. I thought it might have been the producers. I thought it might have been more of a stage thing, so I stopped watching it.
It's always hard to tell, right? How
Yeah.
much the producers are like setting everyone up and like whispering in the ears.
Well, I just knew he was acting insane.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm out. I don't need to watch this insane guy just create more drama, and then the show's not fun anymore.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how that develops. Like, he by far has the most real drama going on.
I mean, they're leaning hard into that drama right now too.
well, it's real.
It's real.
He
It's
pleaded
real.
guilty.
It's happening.
It's like Bip. You got to lean into that real drama.
All right, Courtney, give us the up to date dealings with Mike and
don't
this
know.
lawsuit. Is there anything more to talk about? Or we just
Not really.
he's just
He gets his
waiting for.
sentencing at the end of the month.
Why is it taking so long? He pled guilty, and then he's been out on bail for the last 9 months or whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Mike's not worried about it, so.
The legal system at work.
Okay, so we've touched on Vinny. We've touched on Mike. Let's go to the other guy, Ronnie.
We already talked about Ronnie.
Not
Then
too
let's-
much is going on with Ronnie.
He's-
He is
Isn't
a
that
kid.
we just talked about
He
not
just
with
had a baby
Sammy?
this
We already
week.
talked about
I know
this.
you talked about Sammy more. So okay, fine. We talked about Paulie D.
And we talked about everybody.
We talked about everybody. All right.
Talked about Snooki,
we didn't
talked
talk
J-Ro.
about Angelina.
Angelina is
because
going to be on the
Angelina-
show.
We
Not
know-
on the show.
Well,
In the
she's
show
coming.
description. So she's coming.
She's coming. She
She will
surprises
be.
them all later.
Yeah.
And as our expert, can you tell us who Angelina was?
I don't know what season she came in.
She was on season 1.
She's original
She
cast
OG?
member.
She's OG, and she
Okay.
left the house like halfway
Oh,
through the
yeah.
season.
Do you remember she showed up with garbage bags as her luggage?
Yeah.
And Paulie D just called her out and like, who is this person? Like, no one in your family can loan you a suitcase.
Nobody liked her for good reason. She just kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Angelina Pavarnik.
Yeah. Good Italian name, Pavonic.
So what are the highlights of this episode? I don't know if there's really. I don't have a lot to talk about.
Highlights.
I have a couple I would like to talk about.
Sure, bring them up.
Vinny has started referring to himself as the Keto Guido because he doesn't eat carbs. So they go out and they go drinking for a bit and they come back and everybody's kind of a mess. And they order some pizza. And there's a extended scene where Vinny is just like sitting over this pizza box, scraping the cheese and the pepperoni off of these perfectly good pizzas, just kind of slowly lowering them into his mouth, and you can like see how happy he is, and everybody's giving him shit about it. And like me and Chris have previously done this diet or something along the lines of it, and it's both very relatable and extremely funny to watch.
I mean, I'm still on that diet. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that though because that's fucking weird.
It's really weird.
I've probably done that.
You've done that?
I definitely
Yes.
got some Max vibes from Vinny during
Oh,
this
yeah.
episode, both with the pizza and also at the club, just getting real drunk real fast.
Oh yeah. Vinny's my fucking boy, dude. He's great.
Vinny definitely kind of pulls the crew together, I think, a little bit, just as like more normal person
Oh yeah.
than the other like crazy, insane people.
Yeah, he's
He's
normal, but
definitely
he's
the
always
calmer
fun.
one.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's normal. I think he's the most relatable person.
Yeah.
But what about those dance moves?
Tell us about those dance moves,
Oh
Emmy.
yeah,
Tell us.
I didn't want to take the whole spotlight about Vinny.
Well, we have to see you do them someday, Max.
Ooh.
I had a lot of great ideas in the last 90 minutes.
So something about he's starting low when the
It
beat
was
drops?
no. He has the monster. The monster comes out, and he's got like this door in front of him that he like mimes. There's this door, and then when the beat drops, he like goes through the door.
He like kicks it
He
open.
kicks the door open.
Yeah,
He's trying to get into the door. He's banging on it. No. I gotta get in. No. I gotta get in. No. Oh, the beat drops. Kick the door open.
Just keep kicking it.
And punching.
He is it Courtney? Is this the first time that he's done this monster thing?
That's the first time, yeah.
Okay.
That's brand new for this vacation.
I was like, he made it. They made it seem like it was something that happened
he did
before.
do it. Oh, he did it on like Good Morning America or something when they did an interview recently to promote the show.
Was he drunk?
I
Well,
don't-
so like
hard to
this is
tell.
the first time that's leading up to this when they've already filmed it, so he knows it's going to be in the show.
Yeah, he knows it's going to be
Yeah.
in the show, so he did it on air, and it was just really awkward because there was no music, and he's like, I can't hear the music in my headset, and then he just does it, and like no one laughs, and they're all just staring at him.
No.
That would be hilarious to watch.
It was pretty funny. He went for it though. He went
So-
hard.
You watched all the promotionals leading up to this too?
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Are you on like a
in.
subreddit or something? Like, are they just?
Just on my YouTube.
Thanks, Chris. I gotta do something real quick.
I'm just mystified. That's
Now,
fine.
I'm just thinking, how many people from Good Morning America watch Jersey Shore? I'm like,
yeah. I feel like the cross sections. This is a huge show, though.
back in the day, yeah.
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 So like, there's definitely a good cross section. I think.
Their interviews are really funny on like all these morning shows because like the hosts remember them from like 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
They're all characters. Like, any of these people seem like they'd be really fun to have at your dinner table.
Oh yeah.
But not to like live with.
Correct.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Live with?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You-
could never live with Ronnie.
What
Like-
about Pauly D?
I could live with Paulie. He has OCD, so everything's clean and organized all the time.
How does he deal with being
And
in
I
his
love
house
him.
then?
Hmm?
How does he deal with being in his house with all these people?
Did you see his section of the house?
I wasn't paying that much attention.
Okay. He gives a tour of the house on YouTube. And he has all of his shirts like perfectly lined up and all of his chains perfectly lined up on his bed and his shoes are lined up like his section of the room is perfect, and then Vinny is trying to be more like Polly, so it's more organized. But back in the day, it was like a mess on the other side, and Vinny and Polly's side is just perfect.
Yep.
He's always been that way.
That's not a bad roommate quality.
Yeah, no,
It's pretty good.
Gotta have your chains organized.
yes.
How many chains does he have?
2 chains.
That's all at once. He's got 2 chains at once, but how many chains does he have?
I don't- he has-
just had to.
Probably has a lot.
You don't keep
I don't
track.
know. No, I know.
You're not that fan.
Did you see the season where the girl stole it? One of his chains
Yes.
in the smush room.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that one?
I like all this stuff rings bell. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The girl like put it down her pants and then left and then like realized she was being filmed, so came back and was like, sorry.
The smush room.
How do you not? You're definitely. How do you not realize you're being filmed?
I don't. You have to like sign.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you got to sign a waiver, and they check your ID before you're allowed in the
Mhm.
house.
I was surprised how many drinks they did knock back at their club night.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like straight. Most of these people must be straight alcoholics, from what we see. They're just constantly drunk.
That's what they seem on the level enough, yet they were knocking them back really hard, and they didn't even seem to be struggling the day after. Like, I feel like there's something in between that we're not catching.
There's definitely some time jumps here that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time these people are just at the gym tanning and doing laundry. Like, it's like
Right.
you don't need to see all that all the time.
I need to see a little GTL action though.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that, and Pauly D didn't really say any of his lines.
He said cabs are here.
He said cabs are here.
Cabs here.
Somebody
He
said
said
t-shirt
He
t-shirt.
time.
said t-shirt time, but not like the Pauly D way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sad. I
I
can
was
see it.
sad about it.
There's
I
an
wanted
entire
to,
season.
I know. There's more.
Do you think he's lost his touch?
No.
No.
I think they just edited it more for Mike.
What do you think of Polly's wife that he met at the club?
She's okay. He said that was his wifey material, but he didn't get her phone number. Or
She was like
anything, so
19 or something.
definitely. Like
Definitely
half his age.
poly material. I don't understand.
Yeah. No, I mean. Yeah.
Hopefully, she won't steal any of his chains.
I think he's got enough.
The best part was Vinny holding her hand while she was grinding and
Oh,
Polly.
Do
that
you
was so
Do you want
good.
the scoop on Vinny's girlfriend right now?
Give me the scoop.
So he had a girlfriend going into the show that you saw
Yeah.
in the video. They broke up
Oh.
During the show?
right when he got back.
Oh man.
Oh,
Very
man.
excited
Dude,
for Vinny.
oh.
So I'm curious if something happens in that.
Yeah.
Some sort of hand holding while
Yeah.
grinding thing. Yeah, definitely.
But
I
Courtney,
Can't
you don't
have
know why?
that.
No, he didn't say why.
Oh. Ooh.
I'm
He
ready.
just said he's single now.
I guess another thing that they kind of during the intro they like went to the old T-shirt shop that they used to work
Yeah.
at, and then they went to the house, and I don't know why they decided to be like, yeah, we stole the duck phone. I'm like,
No,
yeah,
you
you
didn't.
just got the duck phone. Like you probably even that might not even be the original duck phone.
They probably even had the duck phone for the Italy season, right?
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
had it in every house. That's why they were like,
They love that.
every house has to have the duck
I would
phone.
definitely buy a duck phone.
It'd be pretty sweet.
I mean, but you'd have to have a phone.
Yeah, I also don't have
Yeah,
a landline.
No one has a landline anymore. That's the problem.
What if I just carried it
It
around?
just could be decorative.
How expensive is a duck phone? Would it be a potential white elephant gift?
Well, I feel like nowadays you can find like a Chinese knockoff.
Maybe
until,
you
until
can.
Trump tariffs all that shit.
Oh,
Max,
that's true.
You should get a Raspberry Pi and then cook it up to like a VoIP, so you don't need. Like,
That's
an
what I was
actual
thinking.
landline.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
They
Uh,
had a giant duck phone cake at their premiere party.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
It looked pretty sweet.
so I was reading some sort of like oral history of Jersey Shore today,
They have a lot of oral history.
and the person, the original, the person that
Sorry.
decorated the house originally was like. They made a comment about like, yeah, we saw this duck phone and I meant to take it out of there because it was so ridiculous, and they forgot about it. And then when Snooki came in and saw it, was like, and they really loved it. So like that's why they kept it in. It was totally by accident the whole time. At least that's the way they made it seem. Who knows? It does seem like something that I think you would think about. Like, oh, this is kind of a key like niche thing that'd be kind of cool to have around. That could be unique. As it turned out, it was. But it doesn't seem like that was the case, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the best stuff are accidents. But
Yeah.
like it is true, like it was weird how like, the producers obviously were getting the phone, but they like gotta make Snooki seem like she's just taking the phone for some reason. There's also a thing that we were talking about how much producer influence there was with when they get back from the club, the power's out at the house.
Yeah.
And that had some fun shenanigans. But like, do
They
you
were
think
a
the power
mess.
was really out at the neighborhood, or do you think that some producer?
Why would you leave it off all night though, if that was your thing? Like it was off until like they left the next day to go to get breakfast and it was still out.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I don't think so because it doesn't really add a lot to the show. In like the long term of things, I guess at that point when they get back, Snooki has to go to the bathroom, and she takes off her shirt, but not her pants, and just jumps in the pool.
Yep.
And they make it seem like she peed.
Oh, she definitely peed.
And then she just got left.
What did she say as she's getting into the pool?
I don't know.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
And then she wakes up in the morning and she's like, "Why are my pants sticky or wet?" I think
Yeah.
she-
Sweaty.
Yeah,
Sweaty,
she said,
that's
"Man, I'm
right.
sweaty." Because Ron just carried her from the pool and put her right in her bed.
Pretty
Aw.
good.
And then in the meantime, the guys order pizza, and then we got the
That's
Vinny story
weird,
happening. And then the next day, Snooki's like looking at the pizza boxes. There's ants, and she has like a pretty funny moment about like dealing with the trash.
That's how you get ants, Chris.
JWoww was right there, and Snooki is still the one that takes out this giant trash bag.
Super hungover, super short Snooki.
Yeah, I love that when they make her. I don't think they make her do any of this. She just does it, and I think it's just really funny.
Yeah,
That's why we love
in the
her.
original seasons, like she was always doing the dishes and just trying to be like a helpful person.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
But she finds the other pizza box with pizza in it. She's super excited.
She takes it up to her bed and eats it.
It's
She went from being worried about ants to being like, let me put this
Let
pizza in
me-
my face real fast.
And my bed.
If you see a pristine pizza and you're super hungover, you're definitely eating that.
And the
I
power's out and
understand.
you have no other food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like look in this fridge. You're like, I don't know if I can eat any of this. But then she goes out and eats the pizza that's been out all night.
You know, I think the power outage is too weird to be a producer thing.
I think so
I agree.
too.
Should we talk about how baller that house is?
It's really nice.
It's an upgrade from their last house.
They have an infinity pool.
An infinity pool that kind of goes out to like some stretch of like Miami coastline water. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is like it's got this huge staircase that's like circular that like I don't even
Seems dangerous for really drunk people.
yeah, watching them carry their suitcases up that was crazy.
Their suitcases are all giant too.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the one person packed like a whole bedding set to bring with them.
Yeah, Tina didn't want to use someone else's stuff.
So like, I mean, you're not going to go with just that suitcase. That's the level we're talking about at this level. Like MTV's paying for these flights, we getting 3-4 suitcases.
yeah.
Got to get all those t-shirts.
A lot of t-shirts. There are definitely a lot of t-shirts.
And hair gel.
Oh, the hair gel. That's right.
You need a whole suitcase just for hair gel.
I like that they did a montage of them getting ready, and they're showing them doing different things, and it just keeps cutting back to Ronnie putting hairspray in his hair. Like
I was
3 or
expecting
4
him to show
times.
like Pauly D because he's the one that's like glues his hair that
Yeah.
way.
Although, actually, can we talk about Ronnie's real hair, like his true form?
Tell us about his real hair.
He's just a curly haired dude. But with like frosted tips. It's wild.
Yeah,
It looks
it was a little
completely unlike
crazy.
I expected it. That's Max's Ronnie corner.
Thanks, Max.
Back to you, Chris.
Now you derailed this whole conversation.
Talking about hair gel. Everyone uses hair gel in this.
And they all pack a million shoes, too.
So like each
Does Vinny use hair gel?
Vinny might not. Vinny is, he's real.
He's pretty real.
So did they film all these confessionals like way later? Because everyone in this confessional looks real orange. They don't look real orange yet. Or is that just me?
I think that's how confessionals work normally.
They're just orange lights.
Maybe they put a
They just
filter
make you
on the
orange.
camera for the confessional.
Just some sort of orange lights.
Maybe they just turn on flux on their computer.
And they record it off their computer.
Yeah.
I do like that the backgrounds of the confessionals are changing based on like stuff that's going
That they're
on at the
talking
time.
about.
Like,
I like that,
when there's a
too.
weird Sammy Doll thing going on, they're doing the confessional and there's just Sammy Doll in the background of the confessional. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I didn't notice that, but I like that.
Yeah. So they go to breakfast, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they just like two of the Vinny and Pauly go pick up Mike.
Yeah.
And then the other 4 just go have a bachelor party and get fucking hammered. Like these people are at breakfast, they're drinking. Like they're drinking big drinks. They're not drinking
Massive.
And
like
they're super hungover.
mimosas.
Yeah.
They're drinking like cocktails. And Mike shows up and he's like sober and everyone's just the other 4 are hammered. They're
Being
like
sober on the show seems like a fucking nightmare.
yeah.
It's a
Do
big
you
challenge,
think-
I think.
Do you think he's up to the challenge? Or are we going to get some falling off the wagon?
Well, you've actually sort of foreshadowed a future segment I want to have on the show about the challenge, but let's move on for the time being.
okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. Then there was like a night where they didn't do anything. Then they went to the club again. I don't really remember the time.
I don't know if they even went to the club again at night. I think they just they went out to the nice dinner.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
all gave a toast to the situation.
Oh, yeah, and then Ronnie kind of derailed that. And made
He
it
saves
seem,
it.
He made it seem harsh, and then he saved it.
And then Snooki throws Sammy into the pool and loses her wedding ring. The end.
Yeah.
The end.
And Snooki wants to go home.
Yeah, she wants to go home. And she knows
And
Gianni's
then
going to be really
in
mad.
the next 1 minute of the next episode, they find the ring, and we all move on.
Did the
Yep.
producers take the ring?
No.
That's what I was thinking. That'd be
Wouldn't
so
put it past
mean.
them.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Where do you think the ring is?
It's on the real doll's hands.
I liked someone else said it, but someone was like, she just took it off when she changed her clothes and it's in her room. I like that theory.
I think it's in the pool filter. Some sort of Ace
Ace Ventura.
Ventura situation. It's in the pool filter, guys. Yeah, I mean, I like the show. I think it was a little too long. I can't take 2 straight hours of this.
2 hours. It was definitely dragging. It started to drag towards the end.
I think that it
I
was.
didn't mind it.
I think the main issue was the first 45 minutes were kind of boring, introing all these people like multiple times.
It was just
It's-
exciting to see them all again. I think
There-
that was what the intro was about. It's like, we're back.
It's for the real fans, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got that,
I mean,
and then I was just
even
kind
knew
of,
what they've been up to, and I was still
I
excited
just
about it.
kind of got fatigued. I don't know what it was. So this week leading up to this, I was like, I popped up a couple episodes while I was doing something else of season 1, episode 1, just to like refresh my memory of what things were happening because I couldn't remember. I had no idea.
How was it?
It was good. I actually think it would be worth it to go back and watch. Yeah, it's definitely.
Agreed. It's always worth going back to watch.
But the people in the original season are way more assholes than they are right now. Like everyone seemed nice with each other, and like they know each other. They're not going out like cheating on their boyfriends or doing all this like crazy stuff. That's definitely happening in season 1. People are like being mean to each other. People are like just like being general dicks because they're just
well, they
like
were
that's
way
who they
younger
are.
too.
Yeah, I mean that's the nature of I think weed club culture or like just
Yeah.
you're stuck in a house, you don't have a cell phone, you don't know anything. People get on your nerves.
I kind of like that they still refer to themselves as their roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really drilling that in when they haven't lived together for 5 years.
The producers definitely
Yeah.
hold them accountable to that.
Like you're telling your significant other that you're abandoning to go to the clubs in Miami with. Be like, I gotta go just hang out with my roommates.
I gotta
It's
see my
important to me.
So like that said, this weekend I was hanging out with my ex-roommates and I was like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my ex-roommates.
But would you say I'm gonna go hang out with my roommates?
No, that's weird. Who says that?
The situation.
Oh, what was that movie where they were like video game testers?
Testers?
No.
Grandma's Boy.
That was
Grandma's Boy.
Never seen it.
And there's
How did you
a
know
person
that?
there that calls their parents their roommates.
How did you know that?
I saw a trailer for it.
It's pretty good. You should watch it.
Should probably do it this weekend.
I thought you were making a callback to our
No,
who put
no,
this
no,
on
no, no.
season 1.
We can't.
I
this
don't
weekend, we're
remember
watching all of the old Jersey
The
Shore.
show
Whoa.
Testers. And all like that show is gone from my memory. To be honest.
You haven't lost much.
I did put it in the bottom 5, but I feel like
B5. So, what else do we have to cover on the show?
I think we got it.
I think we got it.
Should we go around the room?
Ratings?
Yeah.
Ratings.
I'll start. I got it.
Okay,
I got
okay.
it. I'm gonna put it in the top 5. I think
Top 5.
Not top 5. Sorry, Just got the top third. Sorry.
Wait,
You
how
know,
do the ratings work?
Okay, is it in your top, middle, or bottom third?
reality
Then
shows?
you can drill down even further.
So, like when you've watched, many of these shows,
Yeah.
you start to sort of be like, is it, in the top third of shows, middle third of shows, bottom third of shows. So you haven't been on the podcast, you don't have this sort of backlog, but given your love of Jersey Shore, you would just say this is definitely top third, no question,
Yes.
and then it's an accurate rating.
You can rate it on like a 3 or a 9-point scale if you want.
Yeah, if James was here, he'd say, now if it's in your top, is it the bottom, middle, or top of the top?
Oh,
Which is
I would
a-
say top of the top.
Top
Yeah.
of the top.
I thought it was pretty
That's
good.
a 1.
Oh, we have a mic request.
How do you think it rated as far as all the other Jersey Shore ones? What is the rating of it compared to other Jersey Shores?
I feel like you would have to go season by season then. And
It's been too long for me to say.
That'd be great if Courtney right now would just stack rank all 6
I know.
previous
Oh, yeah.
seasons.
that would be like a super
All
fan
6
if I could tell
seasons,
you what
plus-
happened in every season.
Plus the JWoww Snooki
my
show,
gosh.
plus the YouTube videos, plus the road trip. That's got to be in there
How many
too.
YouTube videos
A
have there
lot.
been?
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
there might be more YouTube content than actually the 6 seasons of the show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's
Yeah.
a good amount because there's the whole Snooki and JWoww show, and then Snooki and JWoww each have their own YouTube, and then they have Moms with Attitude. So after Snooki and JWoww, they did Moms with Attitude, which is like a YouTube channel.
Do they live near each other?
Pretty close.
They have like
They're not
is
around the
there like a
corner.
map of? Do you know exactly where they live?
No, I know they're like.
She knows the
Are they
street
in the same
address
state?
of every.
I can't remember if it's Snooki's in Jersey or New York.
Hmm.
I know JWoww's in Jersey, but they're not
They're-
super far away.
They're not
from
like
each other.
Vinny and Vinny's mom.
No,
Sure.
no, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was expecting.
That'd be funny if they were next door neighbors.
I don't know how much we read into this, but like the 3 women took the same plane. Polly and Ronnie took the same plane.
Yeah, they do that often.
So it seems like there are these packs that are kind of close
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Rob.
they do often separate the boys and the girls.
Oh
Like
yeah.
even in the cars. Like I think he said it in this episode, or maybe that was a preview, but they talked about how the boys get one car and the girls get another car.
Yep.
Why do they do that?
So you can talk drama about the other.
Yeah,
gender.
gotta talk shit.
Yeah.
Mm,
So then they go in GTO separate.
I see.
Sometimes they go together.
Got it.
Sorry, do your rating now.
Side tangent. Rob, what do you got for me here?
I think I got put in the top. It was pretty
Oh my
fun.
God.
Hell yeah.
And I'm kind of intrigued to maybe watch episode 2. So I hope episode 2 is not 2 hours, but
What
I
about
hope
season
so,
1
too.
though?
we'll see.
You mean OG?
Yeah.
Max.
You should really watch OG.
Top third, top of the top. I'm so happy it's back. It's great. I love it.
Guys,
You
this is
haven't even
awesome.
seen all the other episodes. You should probably just get on that.
What do you mean? I don't need to see the Italy episode. I heard that season wasn't that
You
good.
can skip the Italy ones.
Okay.
I'll give you
Some
pressure.
of it's good. I think it's all pretty good, but some are key points in Italy season.
Interesting.
All right, Brian.
I can't believe I missed out on this for this long, and I can't believe you haven't done this.
Yeah.
What?
show.
Well, I mean,
We've been
hasn't
talking
been
about it
new.
for a while.
What? It's not new, but like, you've definitely done old
We-
reality
we've
shows
done
before.
some
We
old
just did
shows.
Throwback Month.
yeah, I get that. We knew this was coming up, though.
You have to save
Like a-
it. Now you can go back.
Remember, we talked about it when they announced that they were doing it.
Okay, so now on the pod, are you allowed to do the old season? Since it's
It is
different?
technically a different show.
It
It is.
is.
This was Jersey Shore family reunion, not Jersey Shore.
I don't think we're really gonna do it, but we can. Like, I think we've talked enough about the Jersey Shore that we don't need to talk about the OG Jersey Shore.
The spin-offs, though.
I don't know. We
Yeah.
did the challenge spin-off and the Bachelor spin-off. So
I mean, I would actually, if we would watch a whole season and then talk about it, I'd be interested. If we were just
Oh,
going to
man.
talk about one episode, then
You can do Snooki and JWoww show too.
no. We can't do that.
Instant no.
No.
we do a lot of MTV shows.
Maybe we got another X on the Beach coming up, but who knows?
I wanna see
Oh,
They were pushing that.
Noah, what do you got for me here?
Easily top of the top.
Oh, man.
Man, oh man.
Top of the top.
Easy. It's just not even comparison. So we watched The Finders Keeper.
we went over this. Had Noah's only watched terrible shows.
Yeah.
No, you can't just rely on your 5 shows you've seen. You've got to, like...
Noah put Celebrity Big Brother in his top. He's definitely putting this top of the
Oh,
top. What are you talking about?
You better relegate Celebrity Big Brother. Like, that's
that wasn't.
a travesty.
No, it wasn't that good. But like Guys Grocery Games, the Austin, Texas House People.
Fixer Upper is what
Fixer
you're trying to
Uppers.
say.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob.
Get me sad over here now.
Texas.
I know they're not in Austin. They're in Texas somewhere. Thank you, Waco.
so good.
Yeah,
I thought you were trying to get at the redneck show we watched last week.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Redneck Island.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
it was such a bad show.
That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
but
good.
This is the first show that it was just entertaining. Like I didn't feel like we were doing it just to make a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
this could just be good to watch.
It's watchable.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a high bar for the cast.
I'm kind of excited Noah finally got on a good show.
Is this a
Congratulations, Owen.
Is this a global top?
Global top.
Holy
Global
shit!
top.
It's our
Is
first
this the first?
6 top thirds.
we global.
Well, does Emmy want to
Major
give
key.
a rating?
I mean, I think it's probably in the top third of shows I've seen.
All right.
Reality
Alright.
shows, that is.
Yeah, we got a full 7. I don't know if you're breaking the 7 out of 7 record.
This might be unprecedented.
This is
What would James say if he was
Might
here?
call it a 7-Up.
James would definitely put this in his bottom third.
No, I don't
It
know,
is-
man. I think James might actually enjoy
You
this
think
show.
so?
Uh,
Oh man,
Here's the thing.
Are we gonna have to rewatch it now?
You guys do not enjoy it. Rob does not enjoy people in a house doing dumb shit, right?
No, I do not.
And yet,
Here's the thing. I'm not like this. Is Chris talking about how the older Jersey Shore they were a lot meaner and dumber.
yep.
Yeah.
I wonder if I wouldn't like it. I wonder if I kind of like it better because they're just they're not trying to be super, insane to kind
Sure.
of like make their names themselves, but then they also already have the chemistry with each other and they're not like new. Like I wonder if that's actually like improving my enjoyment of
Yeah,
it.
that's a good point. I
Well,
don't know.
Only one
I
way
don't-
to find out is to watch all of the old ones.
All of it.
Well, I can watch one old
All
one and
of
then
them.
decide.
well, Rob, when you say that, a lot of these reality shows, I think, are trying to mimic what happened in the Jersey Shore, where like these
Exactly.
people just skyrocketed, like in popularity. Where like in the first season of Jersey Shore, they're not trying to be they're not trying to emulate anyone. They're just like
That just is what they are.
they're just trying to live their life in this house for a month. They're going to the gym, they're going out partying, and like they're just not generally like adults like they are in this
The
show.
OG was the trendsetter. They like as much as it might pain a lot of people, they were the innovators that reality shows have like not been able to shake.
And now we have J Brew.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
God.
J Brew.
That was from Winter Break. You didn't see. you didn't see that.
Florida
I saw
Shore,
Winter
though.
Olympics.
Yeah.
I was there for that one.
Ugh.
So now we're done the ratings. We have to ask it for every MTV show, though I'm not sure it applies to this one. Who would do the best on the challenge of the characters on the show?
I don't think any of them would do particularly well.
I think Ronnie would probably do
Royd
it.
Boy
gonna
might
think-
be,
Yeah. Roid boy.
A lot of people that aren't that smart do pretty well on the challenge.
I need to see this show.
ooh, you might love this show.
It's a completely
Everyone keeps
different
telling
show.
me that, and I haven't watched it yet.
Jersey Shore's a lot better.
Okay.
I feel like Sammy probably would do pretty well, but she's not in this episode. Not in this series. I
What about
guess.
Sammy the Doll?
Sammy the doll might make it pretty far. She's not getting put in eliminations.
That's true.
She's not making a lot of enemies.
Right.
Not many vendettas.
Snooki might be good at some of the politics in the house. I don't know if she'd be necessarily be good at like some of the challenges, but
She'd be like the next Jimmy that just gets very far because she's not. You could just easily beat her.
This came up during a mic check, but we realized that DJ Pauly D, his full name is actually DJ Pauly Dickin.
All right.
I think he'd be great on the challenge.
All right. I
His
could.
last name is really Dickin.
No. Okay, yeah, on the challenge there is a term polydickin, which is like politicking.
Oh right,
but
right,
with your genitalia.
right. Oh,
And
oh,
and
yeah.
it
This is getting
Tell ya.
weird.
works either way, gender wise.
All right.
Max,
We got
don't-
this.
don't explain
We're
it more.
We're good.
I'm sorry. I do have to break it to you. Dickin would apply to one gender.
I'm just saying.
Sorry
that
to
the
shatter
term-
your
the
reality.
term.
Okay.
The term Polydickin applies to both genders.
Yes.
Are we on Twitter, Chris?
No, we're not done yet.
Oh.
Stop trying to cut me off.
I thought you were trying to wrap it
Noah,
up.
you gotta
No,
let
I
the
was-
host
I
host.
wasn't gonna.
I thought you were trying
was-
to
I was gonna
segue
mention-
it in. I was trying to like
You're,
No.
give you a helping hand.
Chris, take it away.
No, I was gonna mention
We'll cut it all out.
that like the Jersey Shore was started out as like a VH1 competition show, and that's where they're getting all these Guidos for this VH1 competition show. Apparently, they couldn't find enough Guidettes, or like they couldn't find enough, so they switched it to
Oh, yeah,
be
the original show.
on MTV as like this random house show.
That's nuts. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
just
was
learned
reading
that too.
in the oral history that I was reading earlier today. That was like the biggest thing was like, oh, they weren't even trying to make anything like this. They were like,
It was supposed
we
to
got
be
all
a
these
vote-off
people. I guess we'll throw them in like a real world situation and not call it the real world. Very
They
weird.
only had like 20 people, and then they narrowed it down after that.
Yeah, they like there was somebody called like Joey Fist Pump that they wanted to get on this show, and they were like that was his real name, Joey Fist Pump.
Dude,
Where
imagine
in
how
world
different
is
the
he
world
now,
would be
right?
if Joey Fistpump got on this show.
I feel bad for Joey Fist Pump. He's
He had,
probably
like-
some average
Yeah.
Joe.
No, he had like some sort of contractual obligation that he couldn't be on the show. Also, Snooki was not called Snooki at all. They were just like on the application was like any nicknames, and they're like she's just like kind of a friend that kind of made it up at the spot. Like no one called her that.
They called her
So-
that in high school.
Like one friend apparently called her that in high school,
Yeah.
and now everyone calls her
Now
that.
everyone.
And JWoww, that was her club name.
Mm-hmm.
It was not her actual name.
Gotta have a
She
club
was like
name.
a club promoter or something.
Yeah, just minor tidbits from.
And JWoww was, she like wrote in to be on Paris Hilton, My Best Friend, or be the best friend of Paris
Oh
Hilton.
my
was
God.
The original show she wrote in to be on.
Does that show actually exist?
I didn't Google it.
Add it to the list.
Noah, we need the internet corner. Does that show exist?
It exists, I'm sure.
But she
Uh,
wrote like, like JWoww would talk and stuff, and they were like, okay, we want you for this show, but actually we want you for this show instead.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, all these people were supposed to be on a competition, whatever.
Yeah, that's what she
reality.
thought she was going to be on, and then they put her in a hotel for a couple of days and like kept interviewing her, and she wasn't allowed to use her phone or anything.
Could you imagine if you were just MTV sits you in a hotel room and says no phone? You just gotta sit there.
Oh, boy.
And they told her like, okay,
Can
you
you at
can
least
go back
bring,
to
like, a-
work in 5 days or this many weeks. Like, tell your job you could be back this day or not until this day. Like, can you imagine how you tell your job that?
Just like
Nope.
So,
sabbatical.
this just in from the internet.
Okay.
Paris Hilton did have a show called Paris Hilton's My New BFF.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
that's the one.
Specifically, it didn't work out with Britney. Are you surprised? The winner of the winners in
Whoa,
quotes.
I don't want to know what the winner is. Don't spoil it.
It
Spoiler
didn't even
alert.
say. I just let me get on with
We'll
this.
put it on the queue.
Of the first
Yeah,
season
it's-
of this reality series.
Yeah.
So now Paris Hilton is again opening her inner circle to the contestant she deems worthy of becoming her new best friend forever.
Yeah,
Or,
that's got
until
be,
she gets tired of her.
That
Gotta
sounds
be on the-
terrible. Put it on the list.
She just got
Uh,
engaged.
They had
Oh
two
my God.
seasons
You
of
know?
Paris Hilton's My New BFF in
Yeah.
2009 and 2008.
So wait,
That's
was
very
her
shocking.
first season BFF not no longer her BFF after
That,
the second
that,
season?
that was Britney, so I
It's
guess
new-
Britney was season 1 winner.
Okay.
new
And,
BFFs.
I thought she was just meant like the Britney.
That's what I thought
Like, it's
too,
Britney,
but
bitch,
then
bitch.
we
That's
read
what
more
What if it
context.
was?
Oh my god, that would be like celebrity Paris Hilton's new
oh,
BFF.
that would be the best.
Yeah, the show gets a skyrocketing rating of 2.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
oh, boy.
perfect.
What if Meta World Peace was trying to be Paris Hilton's new BFF?
That'd be a great show.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I can give a quick challenge update. if-
Ooh, give us the update.
I won't. I won't
I
spoil
watched.
the. You watched it?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone up to date. Okay. So, we haven't had a challenge update in a while. Bananas is gone, so they like put this thing on like a rocket sledge and right
Yeah.
to the end. Like they did 1 week where they had like 3 challenges all in 1 week, which is bananas. Like they never do that.
It's not bananas.
It's not.
Yeah.
Well,
I know the moment you said that.
speaking
Too
of
easy.
bananas, though,
Yes.
bananas is back for the final.
He did absolutely
finale.
nothing in the final.
So they had Vendettas like do some sort of card game at the end, and Bananas lost each time. So like he lost each game. If he won, he could have affected somebody's time, but like it was useless.
Yep.
But Cam was at the end, and who was the person there?
Melissa.
Melissa made her like dig a hole and put a stump. She had to dig a hole for a stump, and it
Buried
took
a
her
log.
forever, and she was knocked out.
Yep.
Tony, he out.
Tony out.
Tony
oh, man,
out.
Harrison
He had a good season, but he's out.
going to be devastated.
He out. Now there's 4 people left. They're doing some sort of puzzle thing, and they haven't announced the winner. They're doing this bullshit. Announce the winner at the reunion show
Oh, your
thing.
favorite.
It's garbage.
Yeah, it's fucking like. Maybe it's got to go back to the middle third. I'm glad it's not our top show.
Yep.
Not our top show.
Top season 2, though.
Yeah, it's who's left? Kyle, Zach. Zach has not been in the season at all.
Killa. Zach's been in the season. He's always been in the Troika.
I don't know what he's done all season.
All right. Any other updates?
You got any winter break update?
God.
I've been watching Winter Break off and on.
So if we thought Winter Break had one episode on MTV, got banished to Friday's MTV2, and then wasn't even good enough for Friday's MTV2, and then they just dumped the rest of the episodes.
It's
This
unbelievable.
this Saturday there was like
4 episodes.
I think it
maybe.
was 5 episodes.
Jesus.
Or no, because Friday night I don't know if they aired anything, so I don't know. It could be 4 or 5. Episodes 4 through 8 were aired this weekend at some point.
Man.
It doesn't seem like Jay Brew's getting that stardom
I
he was
don't-
looking for.
Don't think anyone should just like binge watch this show. It's not like
Not healthy.
not healthy. Jay Brow, one of the worst people I've ever known.
I like that
seen.
you called him J-Brow because it's almost like J-Wow and also J-Brew.
Yeah, I forget what his term. Like that's his. Whatever.
I
He's
want
a
to call
terrible.
him Jay Bro.
He's a terrible person, but also the other bro, TJ.
Yeah, he
Teach.
also
Teach.
sucks.
Yeah, he's like has a girlfriend, but then he's hooking up with the other girl in the house, and he's like, his excuse is, oh, she knows. The implications that like she implies that by being on the show, she knows that I'm going to be cheating on her. Like, these are terrible people. I could totally see why they like dump this. Not just for like the ratings, just for like the content and the political climate I think that the show is airing in.
But if the ratings were good, they wouldn't care. So
Probably
the ratings
not.
must be terrible.
The ratings are probably terrible. I'm the only one watching.
You're the only one.
I have the only recordings left. I'm sure it's off of MTV.com. I'm sure you can't even stream it anymore. The only time you had a chance to watch it was Saturday afternoon.
Man.
It's not even in HD, the recordings that I have.
It's real bad.
It's
Oh,
real
man.
bad. So yeah, that's my winter break update. There's not a lot. So thanks, guests this time. Woo! And we'll see you guys next time. You can find us on Twitter at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. And adios.